Being in Sync 366 video series. Today I am cracking the code on where empowerment comes from. So whether you are personally wanting to be more empowered, or if you have a team that you want to empower, or a staff that you want to empower, it's super simple. All you need to do is make a change in the beliefs of yourself and or your team, or change the way you're doing things, i.e. the lifestyle, the process in which things are happening. So, but what is the one thing that people say they resist the most? It's change, right? So really what we're changing is perceptions. Perceptions are the key. So when I used to work with organizations and they would have bargaining unit employees, I would exclude myself from working with them because my work directly impacts the changing of perceptions by addressing beliefs and or making changes to how you are doing what you're doing. So from a union perspective, that's considered changing the work environment, which is exactly what you're doing when you are becoming empowered. You are changing your own personal environment in which you are operating. So, how do you change beliefs? Well, it's done through awareness, number one. But awareness is not enough to make changes, because awareness is only as good as the action that it inspires that somebody takes. So for example, I used to work with this consultant, and he used to say, oh, what were your ahas for the week? And I thought, oh, that's a great question. But the ahas and the insights, they actually mean nothing unless you take an action. So the great question would have been, what are the ahas and insight that inspired you to make a change? That would have been a higher quality question because awareness is not enough to empower you. It doesn't do that at all. So if you are working with a team, let's just say you're an executive or a manager and you have a team and you want to empower them. The first thing I would do is look at what processes that you are doing that are actually, what are you doing that's working, and then what is not working. You need to be looking at everything that is working and not working. And then if you're a manager of a team, you want to get input from your team voluntary. You don't want to make it mandatory fun for people to give input on what's not working, because oftentimes people feel like there's retribution for giving feedback to their managers. So you want to make it voluntary. If somebody's giving you feedback, you want to take the feedback in the moment you're getting it, say, oh, how could we implement this with this? The number one thing that managers do incorrectly, in my opinion, is that they don't solicit for feedback and implement change fast enough. Like when teams are checking out and feeling disempowered, they are often not being heard or seen. I actually see I have people here. And they look like they're bots. Oh no, I see you. I see you. I have somebody on a live. Anyways, I have to put my glasses on to see the comments. Anyhow, so if you are wanting to incorporate and improve your team, number one you want to do is implement change immediately upon the feedback. If you don't like the feedback, that's a different question. That's something different. That it needs to be taken on board and they need to know it, and then there needs to be a change that's at least attempted. That's how you make a lifestyle change or a change in the process. Most changes need to be done during meetings with teams, which means that the meetings are boring, they're not engaging, and they're not meeting the need. So you want to look at how you need to change your meetings for your teams. If you are personally wanting to be empowered, which Who doesn't want to be empowered? You want to look at what your beliefs are. Now, I know nobody likes to look at their beliefs because it's very uncomfortable. And trust me, I understand why people are so, because it means that you have to make a change when you have a belief that is incongruent with the direction you want to go. That's how we create what's called inner conflict. And many people walk around every day with inner conflicts and they think there's no problem with it because they're so used to being in conflict. What I would suggest is that if you want to be personally empowered, you want to look at where do you feel the most pain. When you feel pain, I mean physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, when you feel pain, that's an indicator that there's not empowerment there. So you want to look at what are the beliefs, what are the thoughts, what are the ideas around pain or that situation that's causing pain, discomfort, conflict, that is causing discomfort, and you want to unplug from those. Now, I, of course, have a process for unplugging, but my process is not your process. So you're doing this on your own. I'm telling you what you need to do. You need to figure out how you do it on your own. I don't think there's any one way to do it, which is why I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You really need to have a self-discovery on how you're going to unplug from things that simply just do not serve the direction you're going. So there's that. But that's one thing. The beliefs is like an it's happening in the mind, right? It's happening in your thoughts. The lifestyle changes you could do. The question is, why don't you do them? And that's a bigger question that you will have to answer. It could be an attachment to suffering, discord, disappointment. It could be attachments to any of those things. But what I would suggest is just experiment. Every week, choose to make a different lifestyle change that is moving in the direction that you want to go, that would be more empowering. So you want to have better connections and more meaningful discussions. What's one thing that you're going to change in your lifestyle that will bring that to you? That is how you get what's called conscious action in the direction you want to go. And that's where you're going to feel more empowered from. When you're feeling more empowered, you'll feel more confident. You can't have confidence without empowerment. They like go hand in hand with one another. So empowerment is really important. Where there's pain, there's usually not empowerment. So that's why you want to look at those things so you can adjust your direction. Okay. That is what I have on feeling more empowered. If you have any questions, please let me know. I see I have bots. I have graduated to having bots in the chat. I hope you all have a great day. I am Kiana Sage and I guide people to peace. I hope you have a great day. Bye.